Good morning, FNC family. Today, the word will be conducted on the topic Limitless God. We serve a God with no limits. His power is beyond our imagination. As humans, we have limits. A limit can be defined as a restriction or level beyond which something may not pass. Being humans, some of the limits we may fall into are physical limits, emotional limits, or even spiritual limits. Our minds and bodies are weak, which is why we must train them. In Psalm 24:8, it tells us God's ability to do is unlimited. The reason why is because God is the Lord who is strong and mighty. You may be seated. The things in which we believe to be miraculous today don't even begin to scratch the surface of God's power. Listen to this. While all the disciples were cowering in fear on the boat in the midst of a raging storm, you know what Jesus did? He slept. He was not bound by the emotion of fear. He far surpassed those limits. He was able to walk in the midst of a raging storm and afterwards make the water and the sky be still. God's power is very widespread. Every little thing that you see going on, that's Him working in your life. There's no limit to what He can do. In Psalm 147:5, it says, He is one of great power, one abundant in strength. God created us each in His image. So naturally, His love and His power reside within us. Dig deep inside and use that power which He gave you to surpass your limits. Sharpen your mind, better yourself, break the chains that bind you to being only average. Stand out from the crowd, be a difference maker. The problem that a lot of us have is that we do not believe in our abilities, nor do we have enough faith in the power of God. If God has enough power to create a universe, then isn't it obvious that even with a fraction of His power, He can do great things for us all? If He was able to turn as much as a loaf of bread and 2 fish into enough food to feed 5,000 people, then don't you think He can turn your $1 into $1 million? If He could stop a raging storm, then don't you think He can stop problems from arising in your life? If He can create everything on the earth, then don't you believe He can create an opportunity for you to better yourself, better your life? In order for these things to happen, God needs to know what effort you are making for yourself and what you are doing with this fragment of power He has gifted you. Only then shall He better your life. In developing a better relationship with Him, you will be surprised to find out how quickly you surpass your limits. The word of the Lord.